Before starting as well, gyms, I'll give a big shout out to that Dan Cale. His story there, mate, yeah, that blew me as well. Like, working at McDonald's and then earning X amount in that year. Again, I couldn't believe it. I said, mate, this has to be false. And now look at him. I think he does lectures and good on him, mate. Yeah, couldn't be happier. And there are a lot of stories out there. I watch a lot of these podcasts and, you hear guys that like policemen or whatever, doctors, and they come out to be a gym. So,
okay, so George, thank you for joining us today on the Jim's Mowing and Jim's Group podcast. Just to give an intro to George. So, George, you started at the end of 2022. You're in South Australia in Jim's Mowing, Largs Bay, and you've got a 4.9 average star rating. So you've had pretty much a perfect star rating in my eyes since you started, which is great. And I had a look through your survey notes as well. Awesome customer service and great feedback, and obviously your franchisor as well rates you really high as a franchisee, which is why you're on. So, George, back in 2022, what were you doing before coming to gyms?
Prior to this, I've been in the trade game pretty much from 15. So concreting, excavating, bobcat, and the last thing I was doing was plumbing. Just always felt like I was a skilled operator, but just had enough just working with people. And I knew deep down I had to do something myself. And again, we just got married. I knew we were going to start a family. And like the hours I was doing was, beyond the joke. Put a plan, no holidays. There was no times for dinners, nothing. So it was like on call, 24-hour maintenance. And it was just funny. There was one day we're doing a bath reno. And I just thought to myself, on the jackhammer all day. And I just thought, what is it I can do? Surely there's something out there. That night, funny enough, my wife was on Instagram just flicking through and it said, become your own boss. Obviously, Jim's Mowing, earn up to X amount. And I just thought, no way possible to make that much money, cutting lawn or doing gardens. So then I obviously applied, and then Shane, my franchisor, gave me a call. And he said to me, Largs Bay, Largs North is up for sale. Do you want to go out with the guy selling? And I thought, yep, let's do it. Went out with Michael Gitson, who had at the time for 16 years. Went out with him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The first day we started 9, knocked off about 2 o'clock. The dollars pretty much we made that day was, I couldn't believe it. True. I could not believe it. Went out on the Tuesday. I thought surely that was just a good day. Monday, went out the Tuesday. Again, did a few lawns, did a few hedges, And again, money was perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect, yeah. So I knew from pretty much that third day in that, I could do something here. I could make some good money. I wanted flexibility. We're going to start a family. I want to have that time off, see the kids swimming, football, whatever it is. So, pretty much said to Shane that I'm happy. I want to, next step. What's the next step from here?
Awesome. And how was the training back in the day?
Training was unreal. Yeah, honestly, not just saying it. I cannot fault anything. Happy from day one, mate.
And how old are you, George?
32.
Are you only young? So you would have started at 29, just before 30. Yeah.
29. Just before we got married, and
And how come? Like, I agree with you. A lot of people don't know the opportunity with gardening and with what we do in terms of the amount of money that can be made. So, do you think it's just a general misconception? I know you probably have mates back in the day. You go to them, I'm going to be doing this, and they sort of think you can only mow lawns and this and that. So,
again, me seeing Jim Mowing back in the day, I used to say to myself, how do these guys make money just cutting lawn? Choice, And that's the thing. So I was a little bit, surely this isn't true, or, but honestly, mate, it is hands down the best thing I've done.
That's great. So what do you enjoy the most about it now, George, after being it for nearly 3 years?
So I've got 2 lads working with me as well. The most thing I enjoy is obviously being your own boss. I love the fact that, you can earn as much as you can. The sky's the limit, put it that way, I love the flexibility, and that's it. And honestly, I just love chatting with the clients.
You seem like a very personal guy, so I think it'd be a good one for you where you're talking to a lot of different people all the time. And talking about Carlson,
yeah. Where do we go? 2 years ago, I thought, maybe this year, 25 was our year, but it's the same story, mate. Yeah. So
well, I'm not going to rub it in because I'm an Essendon fan, mate. So I'm thinking we're a little bit worse position than yours. I'd take Carlson there any day. Yeah. But I was going to say that, so it's great you got 2 employees. So you're running a great little small business there. So how big is your business currently, George, in terms of, let's say, clients, or how does it look?
Clients, I've always been the guy that I'd rather tie, say, 60 to 70 good clients rather than, say, 120. I'd rather those 70 clients that are 5 stars that give me the extra. Yeah, so that's how I
That's a good point. So you want that but you're trying to maximize, let's say, the extras at those jobs as opposed to just doing, one after the other with just mowing whips or something like that.
100%. Yep.
Now, with the
100%.
services you do in your business, George, what sort of stuff are you doing for people? Do you want to just tell people about the broad range of what you can do?
So landscaping, all sorts, turf, artificial, like normal turf, irrigation. We do a lot of concrete. So I worked yesterday, Saturday, did a concrete job, poured a slab.
No, that's amazing to hear. All right. So no one would probably think the Jim's Mowing guy can do concrete. And obviously we know your background's from there, but how did it all come about?
Again, so we removed this tree. So I do tree and stump removal as well. The client after said to me, do you know any concreters that could pour a slab for us? And I said, yeah, no dramas, mate. We do it all. It's not just the gardens, the lawns, we do it all. So, and it's funny enough, like you see the trailer rocking up to the house, the concrete truck there, and they see a Jim's Mowing and they say, oh, you guys doing the concrete? And we're like, yeah,
So it's amazing. I love it because a lot of our franchisees, and you like yourself, George, they all have really good backgrounds in terms of different broad range of things. And, the customer, if you can do it, you can do it. And that's the beauty of Jim's where you're allowed to do it as well, I guess. It's great to hear.
100%. And we don't, and again, like I don't shy down. Like if we can do it, we'll do it. If we're comfortable, we'll take it on.
Now, you mentioned tree work as well. So how did you go about learning the tree stuff? Because there can be a bit of different situations with trees. So how did you go about learning that and doing that?
So my employee, so Carmen, his name is, my cousin, he's been in the tree game for the last 20 years. And we just kind of, we just connected and we just, had a little deal going on. And from there, we do tree and stump removal. So I've actually got a stump removal that I bought probably 3 years ago. So, we go and, do the tree and then I'll try and sell them the stump as well, which is a bonus.
That's a great idea. And what else in your business are you doing? I mean, tree, you got concreting slabs, you've got tree and stump removal because your cousin or your family members down trees.
I do a bit of demo work, a little bit of demo work, nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
we do a fair bit of, say, earth moving as well, so bobcat excavating, and that's pretty much it. And then obviously, our lawns and hedges.
It's amazing what you're doing because I think that's a beauty. I love hearing this because the Jim's Mowing guy, a lot of people just think they don't know the backgrounds of some of you guys. And, you got all these great backgrounds and experience where you can do it. And I think customers would love it because they already know you and they like you and they don't have to go elsewhere.
Oh, 100%. And not just that, Joel, like, we do this concrete over the weekend and I've had now like 2 referrals. Got a client passed it on saying, hey, the gardener that did our trees, that, did our concrete here as well. So, that's the great thing.
I feel like it's amazing. I love hearing that. And I was going to say as well, I love what you said before about maximizing your value of your clients because I do think some people want to get 120 and they just want the numbers and the numbers, but whereas you've got 60 to 70 of really good clients who are doing multiple things with that. So, is that just is that just because, as you said, it's just easier dealing with that amount of people as opposed to so many more?
Yes and no. Just again, I reckon the better client you have, like it's just easier and less headaches, I guess. Doesn't get messy and so that's how I operate. Everyone's different. I know that people want 120, 130, but I'd rather, like I said, that good 60, 70, 5 stars.
And what's to Jim's Mowing difference in the marketplace? Because there's obviously a lot of independents and stuff flying around now. So what to you is the difference with Jim's Mowing compared to others?
Obviously, the percentage. I always thought back in the day that Jim's took a percentage with quoting as well. So say you won the job and then he took a cut out of that. Then I heard it was just the franchise fee, which was the $200, which is, bugger all, really. And that's it, mate. I just couldn't believe it was just the franchise fee that we paid for. It's out of like per job.
And what about lead fees? How do you view lead fees? Because it's a lot of the time online we get a little bit of stick about lead fees. So how do you,
mate? Whatever it is, at $15 or whatever, $20 it is, that job could turn out to be $1,000. You know what I mean? And again, we're not chasing work. Work comes to us, which is another bonus. I'll be honest. I've always thought about going on like out on my own. And a lot of people have said, George, why don't you just go out on your own? The $200 we pay, like I said, which is bugger all, mate. You going out on your own, you're going to have to pay for like advertising, website stuff, this and that. And it's just, honestly, to me, it's not worth it.
That's a smart way to look at it, and I agree with you. And I was going to say as well, with your business itself, the Jim's Mowing brand in the marketplace, what do you think the difference is? Because there's a lot of independent mowing companies and stuff like that running around. What do you think from your perspective the difference looks like?
I think it comes down to the brand, mate. You know what I mean? They know Jim's Mowing has been around, and you're just going to get quality.
And also with your business, George, what equipment do you run? What type of brands? What do you like to use?
I try to go towards that. Is it Ego?
The electric stuff?
the battery stuff. Sorry, just at this point, I just can't do it. I've always been used to the petrols, and that's why I run the Honda Mower 21-inch,
Yeah, I show.
216, sorry, and then just the normal steel stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
Combi tools and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make the shift yet, or you're going to make the shift one day, you reckon, or not really?
At the moment, Joel, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah.
That's good. And what's your plan for your business, George? Do you just want to keep growing, or are you going to try and grow out your services, or what are you going to try and do?
I'll be honest, mate. I just want to keep making the clients happy. I want to get more referrals. I'm happy with myself and my two other lads. I think the bigger you go, the more headaches, the more worries. Yeah. What I've got going on now, I'm happy, mate. Yeah, couldn't be happier. And again, Joel, it definitely comes down to your workers, mate. It's so hard to find good workers. So, yeah.
What's your advice for finding good people then, based on, because a lot of franchisees have this problem, and it's what stops them a lot of the time from scaling is they have a bad experience with the first one, or...
All I can say with experience, prior to plumbing and all that, you can tell within the first 5 minutes of somebody if they've got it or they haven't got it, So I was very, very lucky to have my cousin Carmen that's been in the game for a long time. And I just found this young fella, Jesse, just finished school, I was getting a haircut and we're just talking. I said to my barber, mate, if you know anyone who wants to work, just, pass my number out. And that's how it happened, yeah. He gave me this guy, Jesse. His name's Jesse, my other worker. Just finished school. He come out, mate, and I knew within that 5 minutes, mate, this guy's, he's down to work.
Gut feel, yeah.
That's right, 100%.
Yeah. And I was going to say as well, with how's it been with your family, working around your family, the flexibility?
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. And this is what I wanted, My dad passed away when I was only 5, so I never really grew up with a dad. And I've got a son now, which is 2.5, and my daughter will be 1 in 2 weeks, so August the 20th. So, mate, he does swimming on Tuesdays. I take that half an hour off, and I go watch him, mate, So those little things like that, it means a lot to me, so...
It's great that you had that mindset so early at 29. A lot of people don't get that to like 45 or 50 and they sort of make the change, right? So it's good that you've had that plan and your vision for yourself early on. I think that's a good way to be.
And again, Joel, I'll say it hands down. To me, family's everything. It's families first, and then everything comes after that. So
great to hear.
This is why I'm really, really honoured to be a part of Jim's, to be honest.
Oh, well, we love hearing that. And it's great for us because I've been here for 14 years and the best part of my job is meeting people like yourself through training and then getting to see 3 or 4 years later how well you're doing. It's good for us to hear how the systems does. And I think with Jim, the most happy thing for him is hearing that he would be here about your family stuff, right? So that's what the business is for, right? It doesn't matter about all the money and stuff. So it's just about
100%. Yeah, and like people know, when you're working for somebody, mate, you're just a number,
Yeah.
You're just there 9 to 5 on the clock, and so this here, it works well for me. So I'm very happy.
Absolutely. And if someone was looking at doing what you're doing, because it can be quite daunting. It's very good. You went with the guy who's been here for 16 years, so you probably had a really good transition period, and the guy's got a really good client base. So, what would you sort of advise someone maybe looking at doing what you're doing? Because a lot of people want to do what you're doing, but it's very hard for them to pull themselves away from that. Fortnightly.
Joel, it's always daunting, mate. Like what about if it doesn't work? What about this? What about that? But my thing is just go give it a crack, mate, because you just don't know what can happen. And
how's the support has the support been from Shane and the other boys?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. If I give Shane a call, we'll have a yarn, blah blah blah, and that's it, mate. Yeah, happy days. They're pretty onto it. If there's a problem or an issue, give them a call, and within an hour or so, they give you a call back. So.
And what's been your biggest challenge then doing the business?
The biggest challenge, I'll be honest, mate, was doing that price increase and just telling people that the price has gone up and a few knockbacks.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
It definitely feels weird, mate. They're with you for say the year, you're charging X amount, and next minute the price has gone up, and you get that gut feeling. Oh no, what about if I lose 5 or 6? But you lose 5 or 6, you're going to gain 8 or 10.
So you do CPI every year with yours?
I certainly do, mate. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I think that's very tough for some franchisees, and they don't do it. And then 3 or 4 years later, they find themselves in a little bit of trouble. So it is a weird feeling to do. That's not bad. If that's the biggest challenge you've had in your business, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Other than that, mate, like I said, I've been in the trade for a long time, man. From 15. So yeah.
How's the body holding up with it? Do you find it physically okay, or?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Still going to the gym. Still going to the gym in the morning before work. Yeah, still doing it. You have to, Joel. Just have to keep fit, man. Yeah.
Well, this business is one thing, definitely keep people fit. So it's impressive you going to the gym as well.
Yeah, go to the gym in the morning. Still playing basketball Thursday nights. Which is
Really?
good. Yeah.
A lot of energy. That's great. And I was
Yeah,
going to say as well, with the technology side, what tech or software do you use in your business to help manage it?
So I use Zero with accountings and that, and then Jim's Jobs.
Okay, you find Jim's Jobs okay to use? Cool.
Unreal, mate. So easy. So easy. Yep.
Are you using it for invoicing directly, or how do you use it in your business?
So invoicing directly is through Zero, and Jim's Jobs is obviously like all my clients and like days
Scheduling stuff.
scheduling. Yep.
Is there anything else you want to say before we sort of finish here, or anything like that? Or
Not really, mate. Yeah, just like I said, mate. Before starting as well, Jim's, I'll give a big shout out to that Dan Kale.
okay, yes.
His story there, mate, yeah, that blew me as well. Like, working at McDonald's and then earning X amount in that year. Again, I couldn't believe it. I said, mate, this has to be false. And now look at him. I think he does lectures and...
Yeah, he's a franchisor now. He does the training here with his story. So what you saw online, he does in this session here now, but he'll be rapt to hear this. So he listens to all. So he'll hear this, George. He will definitely hear it.
Yeah, well, you know what? And good on him, mate. Yeah, couldn't be happier. And there are a lot of stories out there. I watch a lot of these podcasts and, you hear guys that like policemen or whatever, doctors, and they've come out to be, a gym. So
I think, George, I don't know what you think, but I think with the way AI is going at the moment, I think home service is sort of the place to be. It's going to be the last industry that's fully disrupted. Jim and I were talking about the other day, unless you see all these humanoid robots online and stuff like that, but they don't work or they're very expensive. I think, the Jim's mowing or Jim's cleaning or Jim's antennas, it's the last sort of thing to be disrupted, as I sort of feel.
Yep.
Because have you seen many of those AI? Have you seen many robots or stuff out in your area in terms of like the little lawnmower?
The only robots I've seen, just like say if you go to like sushi train, like the chicken over. Yeah. Just comes there. Honestly, to me it's all scary, this AI stuff. Yeah.
It is, but I think the game you're in, George, I think you're a lot safer than most other industries. I think the next 5 years, I think a lot of professionals in the office like myself, you have to maybe look at doing what you're doing, because I think that's that place to be. I think using your hands and doing what you're doing is a great thing.
100%, mate.
And that's a good business. And this is the thing. That's a great business. So well done on that.
Yeah. Again, Joe, I'll say it. It's not just mowing the lawns, mate. Yeah, the sky's the limit. If you can do it or you want to tackle it, just go and do it. You know what I mean?
Well, I learn something new every day with this sort of stuff, and I love hearing how you're doing concrete and slabs. You're doing the tree and stump removal with your cousin. We've got the arborist background as well. I think it's amazing. I think people just need to know more of it. Just ask your Jim's mowing bloke like George, what can you do? Because you'd be surprised in their backgrounds.
100%. And that's what it is. They just see Jim's trailer rocking out, just cutting the lawn, but they actually don't know, the full extent of what we can do.
Well, I do have a tab on there saying odd jobs. So odd jobs is the last thing. So I've learned concreting slabs, and that's a good one for me. I love it. That's a good one. But George, thank you very much for your time today. I can see how happy you are. Well done on success. Obviously, great that you come to that realization at 29 that what you want to do. I think that's a lot of people don't get to that until they're like mid-40s and stuff like that. So you're ahead of a lot of people, and well done on success. And then hopefully the Blues can next year restock and rebound. And they've stuck with Voss. They've stuck with Voss, which is a surprise. So that's unlike Carlton board. So that might hold in good karma for next year.
Awesome, Joel. I appreciate it, mate. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate. Thank you for listening to the episode of the More Than Just Mowing podcast by Jim's Mowing. If you do need help with your local gardening expert, please give us a call at 131 546 for Australia, 0800 454 654 for New Zealand, or head to jimsmowing.com.au or jimsmowing.co.nz. If you liked what you heard, please make sure you leave us a review as well, wherever you consume your podcast. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.